Hello, and welcome to reCapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at reCapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
Hey, Delora. How you feeling? How you living?
Hello, Ashley. 2024.
Girl, it has gone so stinking fast. At least this last, 5 to 6 months to me has just been a blur.
Sure. Sure. Yes and no. I feel like it's always interesting, especially because, like, for example, we're teaching my daughter time and she doesn't really understand the concept of time. 60 seconds feel like 60 minutes to her. You know what I mean?
Those were the days.
Whereas for us, you know, a day will go by and be like, what did I do yesterday?
I mean, I just can't believe it. We are a week out, less than a week out when you guys hear this episode from Christmas.
Yes.
And then we have New Year's the following week and bam, it's 2025. I mean, it's insanity, but we are on our last couple episodes for the podcast. So to your point, Delora, this is our year in review annual episode where, guys, we look back at the year and discuss our favorite top threes with some honorable mentions we always end up having in there too.
Always.
Top 3 favorite films, top 3 favorite shows, top 3 pop culture moments or experiences, and then our top podcast moments of the year. So we can go ahead and kick off and get started, Delora. We'll start with your top 3 favorite films of 2024.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, my top 3. Number 1, Wicked. No one mourns the wicked. The amount of times I just out of nowhere just says, it's me. Instant classic. Masterpiece.
Truly.
Going down in the canon of our pop culture. The phenomenon of Cynthia Erivo. The talent of Ariana Grande. Like, I knew Ariana was talented, but speaking of the holes, no one mourns the wicked. I tried to sing her operatic notes. It's non-existent for me.
No.
It's a no for me, dog. And I'm like, props, chick. Props to you, because my voice was like, not today.
I think Wicked being one of the favorite films of the year is one of the quickest decisions I've ever made on my list. In the years we've been doing our year review. Yes. Favorite movie, Wicked.
It just came out last month, and
Period.
that's okay. Shout out to my auntie Brasa, who is a faithful listener. Our talking about Wicked, she went ahead and saw it.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Everything from, we said this before, the direction, the world building before our eyes, this production and the costumes, the makeup, it was everything. So
the choreography.
Girl.
Everything.
And then the star power. Jonathan Bailey, he had a year this year. Okay. That's boo. Love me some Jeff Goldblum. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. Number 2, Bad Boys, Ride or Die. This was also a memorable movie-going experience for me this year. I had the opportunity to go with my dad, my mom, and my sister. I think this was Father's Day weekend. We had a great time. It was action-packed. It was hilarious. Will Smith doing his thing. Martin Lawrence doing his thing. Loved it. And it also did really well at the box office, which I was extremely excited about. And I thought it was significant because this is like Will Smith's first blockbuster post,
The
the
slap.
slap. And number three, Inside Out 2. It's funny enough, my husband took my daughter and my nephew during the same time when the adults saw Bad Boys. He went and took the kids to see Inside Out too. And I was like, oh, that's fine. I don't need to see it. Oh, was I wrong? Because when I saw it, I loved it. It does such a phenomenal job talking to humanity and our emotions and anxiety and what puberty was like. I think they did such a beautiful job, and it was a great job.
Check
And
out that
then
recap, kids.
yes, please. I do have two honorable mentions. The first being Challenger's press tour specifically. Did I love the movie? I wouldn't say I loved it, but the whole hype around it was a time. I loved it.
The outfits, the wardrobe for
Yes,
all of her
yes.
press tours is beautiful. Her in
Beautiful.
law. Yes.
And then The Wild Robot, again, gorgeous animated film. And then the score, gorgeous, breathtaking by the great Chris Bowser. So that's what I have, Ashley. How about you?
I just realized my top films for this year are all fantasy. So that speaks to my heart for 2024 for sure. So, number one, with a bang, as I said, is absolutely Wicked. Phenomenal film, phenomenal experience. Seeing it in 3D only elevated the experience for me. Hands down, favorite film in probably a couple of years, if I'm honest
Yes,
with y'all,
easy.
beyond 2024.
Easy.
So
And then For Good. So they decided not to say Wicked 2. They were like Wicked for Good coming out November 21st, 2025.
I don't even think I'm gonna watch any trailers leading up to it. I want to go in just so
I feel
cold
you.
and
Yeah.
so excited for this. So
Yep.
y'all don't be telling me nothing. Anyway, my second for 2024 is Damsel from Netflix with Millie Bobby
Really?
Brown.
That was
So
a favorite.
so what I had to think about in my heart, because I told you last week, me and films, we haven't really been vibing as much as me and TV
Yeah.
recently. And so I was like, what are the cinematic experiences I had that like I were surprising to me, exciting to me, this, that, and the other, right? And so Damsel was a sleeper, surprise, enjoyable film for me when it dropped on Netflix. Like we ended up recapping it, but I think I watched it when I was in Atlanta and I just wasn't prepared for like the level of enjoyment I was going to get from this film from Miss Millie
Mhm.
Bobby Brown. I thought she did such a great job with the role, given that it was not a super like deep role in terms of what it
No.
was that she had to do and accomplish. But
Yeah.
I felt it and I loved
It
it.
was entertaining.
It was so entertaining. So yeah, that makes my tops for the year. And then number three, it's not really one film. It is Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya and their grouping of films together and apart for 2024.
Okay.
So we had
Okay.
Dune Part 2.
Yes.
Yes, I sat in that theater for 3 hours. Yes, I
Was
did.
it, did you feel it?
I felt it, and I have to be honest, it was way better to me than part one. Usually, I like intro movies much
Mm-hmm.
more than I enjoy once we start getting more into things and they're trying to elevate. This one, part two, definitely killed part one for me. Like, part two
Okay.
was epic.
I have not
So,
seen it.
it was very good and very well done. And you get so much more Zendaya. You didn't get much Zendaya in part one. So part two,
Correct.
Z is in there. It's we
Mm-hmm.
in there. And Timothée with Wonka. I told y'all Wonka moved me. I went into the theater to saw this. I shed some tears. It was so good. I did not ever think that anyone was going to be able to live up to Gene Wilder and the nostalgia and the whimsy I have from
Exactly.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Johnny Depp
Factory.
didn't do it. He
Oh my
felt
God.
that was kind of creepy,
It was
cringy.
creepy. It was
Yeah.
weird. I was like,
Jackson X.
Tim Burton never had any hard misses for me. That was a hard miss for me.
Mm,
And especially their relationship, right? Their longstanding film relationship. And then to your point, challengers. I don't think it's just that I loved the film so much. It was just interesting to see Zendaya, as we've talked about, someone we love so much, step into this new era of adult film and
yes.
see her kind of stretch her wings and explore and play not so nice of a character, right? Because her character
Right.
is not, she's villainous, if we're honest.
Yes, she is.
So those rank as my top films, top things in the film genre for 2024. So let's move on, Delora, to our top 3 favorite shows. What you got?
Alrighty. Number 1, Interview with the Vampire, season 1. So I will say for top TV shows, it's not necessarily they came out this year, but they were new to me. Okay. I have been hearing the rumblings of Interview with the Vampire, and they were just saying how great it was and what have you. It's an AMC show. We no longer have cable, so it's not like I can just hop on over. And I'm sorry, AMC, y'all can gift us with a subscription, but I wasn't paying specifically for an AMC subscription. But it became available on Netflix. And you know what? Watched it. It was fantastic. I mean, budget was budgeting. Okay. Like that world of New Orleans and the costumes and the acting, the chemistry, y'all, it is phenomenal. Loved it. We recapped it in 2 parts. Check that out, y'all. Number 2, The Gentleman. Theo is bae. Theo's been bae for me for some time now, but this just continued. This just continued his trajectory in my life. And The Gentleman was witty. It was funny. It was interesting. And I don't need another season if it's not going to be as good as the first.
You're getting one.
But we're getting one.
You're getting one. For damn sure.
See. Number 3, How to Die Alone. This is Natasha Rothwell's show. We've come to know and love her from Insecure. I appreciate her writing, her perspective. It was giving Last Holiday vibes in some way, right? Where, woman doing her job, does her job. Well, she didn't do her job well compared to our girl, Queen Latifah in The Last Holiday, but it took a near-death experience to wake her up. And the show is very millennial in that mess ensues. And so it was really entertaining. It's something that everyone should check out. And then another honorable mention, Bridgerton season 3. I love Bridgerton. I love the world of Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte. I get excited whenever we go back into that world. Was this my favorite season? No, but Nicola is a star. And she got a chance to shine very bright. I need more of her outside of Bridgerton as well. And yeah, again, anytime I'm able to get in that world, girl, I went and bought Bath and Body Works Bridgerton bath wash. I went to Target and bought some Bridgerton slippers just because, I'm in that stage of life where people are like, oh, you remember growing up, people are like, oh, that's corny, whatever. I'm like, this brings me joy. My little bee on my little slippers while I watch my show. I had a time. A time was had.
Absolutely. And who can judge me? Who can judge you, baby? Who can judge you?
Wait, you gonna come in my house and talk about me? All right,
I
Ashley.
still watch Queen Charlotte damn near every day. So come on,
do
Shonda.
you love me?
Come
I
on,
will stand
Shonda.
between the heavens and the earth. Do you love me?
It's episode one for me. It's funny.
Is it?
Even if I fall asleep and I'm on episode five, I go back to episode one every single time.
Is it is it the wall scene for you?
I think it's just the idea of always looking back at how Charlotte kind of gets forced into this situation, her thought process going into it. She was just a very unique person to me and how she navigated this era and this life that she's getting thrust into, and to see like her dynamic with her brother. Like,
Yeah.
I really always enjoy episode one. So, yeah. Anyway, top three favorite shows for me. This is really not necessarily any of these in particular order, but I feel like I was going based off of like what I could think of first and then the rest throughout the year.
Yeah.
So, Agatha All Along. Okay, I told y'all.
Yes.
I told y'all.
Yes.
Agatha All Along blew me away.
Really great.
Disney Plus, if y'all still have not, it is worth a month subscription to watch this and Inside Out too. If you're gonna pay the cost, go ahead,
Exactly.
go ahead. Moana, if you want to watch it, to go watch Moana 2 on there too. Because this is how I use mine, guys. But Agatha All Along, so good. Catherine Hahn, I've been a fan of Catherine Hahn for years. When I tell you I've watched almost every project Catherine has been in, even some that I've cringed through. This was a great vehicle for her. I
Yes.
rewatched WandaVision after I watched this series just because I needed to be
Ooh.
reminded of
Yeah.
how her
Her
character
character.
develops, right?
Yeah.
And like the battle between her, sorry, spoiler alert for anybody and check out the recap. The battle between her and Wanda, and how remembering how she got put into the predicament she's in when the show starts, right? So
Right.
I loved that again. As a Marvel series, you don't get right into it, right? It's like a build up to how are we navigating this? Where are we finding ourselves? What's real and what's not real? And then
Yes.
we're getting witches, and we're getting um the road, and we're getting music, and we're getting
That
so
song
much
is a banger.
mystery. So much
Yeah.
mystery that was a part of this series. Like I ate it up. It was so good. Agatha All Along. If y'all have not watched it, I'm telling you. Number two for me, absolutely The Gentleman. Okay. Again,
Yes.
I watched this in Atlanta over a weekend. When I tell y'all I watched this every day for like months straight. Yes, Theo. But also this cast and the
Yes.
dynamics were so good together. It was hilarious.
Yes.
Hilarious. I've loved Guy Ritchie's touch sometimes is aggressive to me as a director, but this has such a great touch for him in all the right
Yes.
places in terms of the flow of everything, the way he built on action. It wasn't hella violent, which I appreciated as well, or gory rather, because I don't
I'm
really
like,
like a lot of
really?
gore.
Because
More
we
so
definitely got a
gory,
head blown off,
more
but
so
okay.
gory, because you realize they didn't like we didn't really have to like sit in it and watch it the way we do with certain
Okay.
other projects that are like, yeah, this
Yeah.
is this is gore, like you want me to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
um I cannot tell y'all enough about, go listen to the recap. The Gentleman was and is a great series, and I'm looking forward to season two. I To your point, they better not shit the bed, but as long as this cast returns, as long as there's a good arc and reason to bring them back, I think they can make it work.
Yeah.
All right, number three, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going to happen with this series because originally it was Phoebe and Donald Glover
Yes.
who were doing this together. So when that
That would have been so
shakeup
great, though.
happened, what'd you say?
That would have been great if they didn't have creative differences, you
And
know?
I could see that because like Fleabag is a unique voice and perspective. And I feel like Donald has a very strong and unique perspective too. So Maya may have been a little more go with the flow in terms of like what the vision was going to be for the series. And I think it, in my opinion, because I've heard some people didn't really care for it, I think it turned out really, really well. It's not about trying to recreate the dynamic between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and how
Right.
the film was. This is a semblance of that story told in a different way, you know? And I really enjoyed it for what it was. I thought they had great chemistry. I really enjoyed the guest appearances that we had come in. And overall, I just thought it was a really enjoyable series that's available on Amazon Prime. My honorable mentions for 2024 TV series are too numerous to count. So I'm only going to give y'all three. And I'm doing this just on a few that I've already talked to y'all about. Delora already mentioned one of them, which was Interview with the Vampire. Guys, if y'all thought season one was good, season two is going to rock your socks off.
See, I might have to get your password because, like,
I got
but
you.
when you said you saw it, I was like, I know it's good. And you were like, you're not ready. You're not ready.
Season two is going to rock your socks off.
Now, was the switch out between actresses, how was that?
It got to me at first because I thought that the young lady who played Claudia in season one was a strong character. She had
She
a
was one of my
very
faves.
definitive style and personality and grasp on that character. So the first
Yes.
couple episodes, I was fighting against my urge to say, "Where is my Claudia?" Fighting against it. By the
Yeah.
end of the season, y'all couldn't tell me that wasn't Claudia the whole time.
Okay.
She embodied it in her own way, just the same.
Love that.
It was so good. If y'all have only seen season one, please watch season two and get back to me because y'all not ready
And this show also was snubbed for the Golden
for
Globes.
awards. Yeah,
Yeah. And
for
Emmys.
awards.
Who am I talking about? This show deserves some recognition.
Absolutely. Even if just for the main cast. Um,
Right.
they did that. They did that. All right, my other two honorable mentions, Palm Royale on Apple TV Plus. I loved that series. Kristen Wiig. I mean, so many people were in that cast of characters. I don't know how much I need a season two, but season one gave me a lot. And I really enjoyed the journey that we went on with those characters in that story. And again, give me a little mystery. I love mystery in my TV watching. The Brother's Son is my last one on Netflix. This is not being renewed for a season two, and I'm so upset. Michelle Yeoh as the mama, two sons trying to figure it out in this dynamic of like Chinese mobster gangster life. Loved this series on Netflix. Sleeper hit to me. Was not expecting it. Did its job very well. So those are my honorable mentions and my top list. I could go on and on about TV shows, guys. So we'll move on. Delora, what are your top three pop culture moments or experiences of the year?
All right, Ashley, this was rough. Okay. I
It's
think
been a
this
lot.
category and our recap have been the most difficult. Let's start off at the top of the year. Cat Williams on Shannon Sharp's podcast, The Oracle. I should just call him that because what I was not ready for was the amount of piping hot tea that he spilled. And subsequently, the rating and the going to jail of Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs. You gotta tell Diddy no. You know what I mean? Like,
It's unbelievable that that was at the start of the year. It's unbelievable.
and like it was so funny because the joke was if we're starting off the year like this, then this year is about to be some mess. And I think that was accurate.
Yep. Yep.
My second moment, the Olympics. I don't ever recall being this patriotic ever in my life. And I'm not even the only one. I was so hype over these Olympics and the melding of culture and sport, the Black girl magic of it all, women, girl power, who run the world girls, they were kicking butt and taking names. I am talking about in track and field, rugby, basketball, gymnastics, that all Black podium. Shout out to Jordan Childs. I am still rooting for her and praying that all of the bronze medal situation gets resolved because the way they snatched that from her was disgusting and absolutely uncalled for.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting they were worried about the mental health and well-being of the other girl, But why not Jordan? Why doesn't she have the same respect? I'm not about to go down that rabbit hole, but the Olympics was the time. And Paris, they did their thing. And shout out to Annette Achikawoke, silver medalist for the hammer throw. I had the opportunity to interview her for work. Cincinnati's own. She was fabulous. She was an inspiration. She's the first American. First of all, the sport in the women's space is new, the hammer throw. It's only been around since 2000. And
Don't
she's the
tell that to Miss
first.
Trunchbull. Cause what? Shot put, hammer throw, javelin.
Yeah.
What?
And first American to medal and silver medalist. And of course, our girl, Simone Biles. And my third, the rap battle of the century, K. Dot versus Drake. K. Dot whipped Drake's ass so much that Drake went home to his mama and his lawyers to file for a lawsuit, which has never been done in a freaking rap battle ever. But They Not Like Us is a hit, a bona fide hit. They were playing it at the Olympics. It is like, sir, Drake, what do you mean it's payola? They were rocking this song everywhere.
Drake's best friends were turning it off when he came into the room. That's how popular that song was. I guarantee
LeBron couldn't help himself from dancing to that song. And he was supposed to be a Drake friend.
Yeah.
And then I would say my two honorable mentions, the end of Jennifer 2.0.
Oh, I be thinking about Jennifer. Is that weird? Like, all she
wants is love.
About her. Yeah, like, is she
that documentary?
Because like, as much as we like to think celebrities are in a different stratosphere, in many ways they are, right? But she has to be heartbroken.
Easily. Especially if she was holding a candle for him throughout the years in her other relationships, just to finally be with him and it not work. Rough. And my other honorable mention, Beyonce Goes Country.
Cowboy Carter, baby.
Cowboy Carter. All right, Ashley, what about you?
All right, my top 3 moments. My first one is going to be my actual lived experiences of going to 2 tours this year that I was very excited for. Janae Aiko, the Magic Hour, her first stadium tour, and then I just went to Usher Past, Present, and Future tour. And they both were fantastic for their own individual reasons. Janae Aiko is a vibe. I don't know how else to describe her. She is ethereal. I loved, even when we were at the Usher concert, I was like, you can tell the difference in the crowd between Janae and Usher. Because Janae's crowd, people had on fairy wings and light up things, and everybody, I said this so many times, I was like, everybody was so nice. It was the nicest crowd I have ever been in. Even going to the bathroom, the ladies were lovely. I was like, this is the crowd and like atmosphere that Janae's music obviously creates. But it was
her sound bowls.
Her sound bowl, she sounded beautifully. She looked amazing. Her set design was gorgeous. I just really, really enjoyed it. And I've been looking forward to seeing Janae for a while because I've been a longtime fan. But this last album was absolutely when my fandom went up a notch. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I got to see my girl in the flesh. So it was fantastic. And then Usher, man, don't take y'all kids to this show. That's the biggest That's the biggest note for me. Do not take your kids to this show.
Eating cherries, personally.
Well, hey, that is something that the audience and the crowd seem to be looking forward to, because Usher damn sure got his bowl, and he went first to the pit, then went and walked to the bottom row and was handing out cherries. He was doing it to women, but also to couples. So he would give it to some women himself, and then he would pass it off to like the man that is with his girl, if it was that type of dynamic.
He had to learn after the Vegas show. But first
breaking
of
up
all,
homes. What can we
exactly.
say? But then there
What a
were celebrities too. There was like Trick Daddy was there for the Miami show. Ruby Rose was there. Safari was there.
oh my gosh.
So yeah, it was some of that too, where it was, special significant people that he was touching points with for the cherries situation as well.
Did he have a repeat? Did anybody at your show do it so well that he was like, "Oh, do it again"?
Yes. There was one particular lady who he definitely had go twice. So
I
do
just
not
feel like
bring y'all kids to this show.
I feel like clutching my pearls. I'm just like, oh, you gonna do that for everybody? Like,
I mean, only one lady who was in the pit was like, she took the cherry from Usher, put it in her mouth, and just tapped him. Like, yeah, I'm married, so I'm not doing all of that. So she was definitely one that was like, I'm not playing these games with you, Usher. But everybody else, for the most part, was down. I mean, some people were a little more shy than the aggressive, let me roll my tongue, flick it out a bunch of times, and really get into it people. But he also brought out like strippers on stripper
gross.
pole, and so it was
Yeah,
it was definitely an adult
grown and
show.
sexy.
Yeah,
Grown and
but he
sexy.
did all the hits. He still looked fantastic, sounded fantastic because this is the end of this. He's coming to the end of this tour.
Yes.
So he's had a long ride. And we got the skates, we got great again set design, we
Yay.
got all the things. Now I did
He
want a
closed with
cherry.
yeah.
He closed with Without You. Like he started
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
with
good one.
yeah, and then it was Without You. And he also had a really great like ending kind of monologue that he talked to the crowd, talked to us about like, being grateful for the present moment, being God given, all these things. I really wanted a cherry hat for merch. They were $40. So I can find one somewhere else. But I did get a t-shirt, so
You're
I was
so
here.
funny.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have gotten it. I mean,
Nah. Once I got the
no.
t-shirt, I saw the hat and I was like, hey, how much is that hat? She was like, it's the same, it's $40. I said, oh no, that's okay. I'm not, I can find that at like Target, Etsy, somewhere for like 15. I've already paid for the t-shirt. We ain't about to go crazy.
Oh,
But it
how
was
was
an
the ticket
experience.
prices? Was it Beyonce level tickets?
It was very expensive still. It was
Yeah.
not as expensive as Beyonce, but still very expensive. But
Yeah.
I really wanted to see Usher. Usher was on my list of living legends, artists who I feel like need to be seen in the flesh in this
Yes.
generation of entertainers. And so I'm very glad that I got a chance to have that experience. And in Miami,
Wonderful.
Miami's
Yeah.
always a good time. So
Yep.
it was fun. So that's my top. My concerts are my top. Second one, damn sure Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay. Like, oh my God. That's the only full episode of that show I think I've still watched
Same.
because the clips were not enough. You know how
They were
usually
not.
people give you the best in the clips. No, you
Oh,
had to watch that interview in full.
unhinged. And I loved every moment of it. It was so entertaining.
And I don't know if y'all have seen Jamie Foxx's stand-up testimonial. I don't really know what we're calling it on Netflix yet. But he was so spot on with Cat Williams. He was like, Cat Williams will give you one truth and like five bullshit lies. Like,
Easy.
and I'm like, that's the
Easy.
fact. That's what Cat Williams
Yes.
does. He'll give you one like solid kernel of truth and wrap it up in some BS. And then you like, what's happening? What actually is real and what's not, Cat? Tell me the truth. And so that's what you got. Like, he was the carrier of himself in that interview. It was not really an interview. It was a
It was
one-man
not.
show.
It was a one-man show. And the fact that that interview catapulted Shannon Sharp's platform to where he was out here interviewing Vice President Kamala Harris.
And we still don't know how much he made. He was like, this is cute and all, but I made what y'all think I made 4 times that. My
Kat, you
guy
want to come
said,
on our
cut
podcast?
me a check. Girl, please. Ohio native,
That's what I'm saying. That's a
please.
connection.
Please. All right. And then number 3, Usher halftime show.
Yes.
I think it's easy to forget because of everything that's been going on with Usher that he did perform at the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
And it was a great show. Her came out. Who else? Alicia Keys came out. Was it will.i.am came out? It was a few people who stepped out for
Yeah.
that performance. And for me, it was just a great moment to have Usher because of everything else he had going on. We had already predicted on the podcast that he was going to be the halftime
We
performer.
did.
He
Yes,
had
we
just
did.
wrapped up Vegas. He had dropped his new album and then he announced this tour. I mean, you know, we talked about who could have been on People's Sexiest Man Alive. Usher could have easily gotten the cover for
Easily,
this year.
easily. But unfortunately, with all the drama around Diddy, I do feel like that could have potentially hindered Usher's chances because we talked about how he deleted his social media
Deleted his
and
Twitter. I don't think people was paying any attention to that though, in terms of I would be shocked if they did. Is really what I want to say. If that's what y'all would factor into without any evidence that that man has done anything, that's ridiculous.
but it doesn't, you know how it is when you get some rumblings going, people get skittish.
Yeah, I mean, it's still possible that, again, other celebrities, their number will be pulled for the shenanigans, but I hope Usher steers clear.
So I gotta squeeze this in. So speaking of celebrities, Jay-Z, but the reason why I bring him up is because of this. Do you feel like Chloe is really with Burna Boy, or do you think this is a distraction tactic?
I don't know. Like, it felt, when I looked at the video, it felt like just a moment that she was maybe having some fun, but she also looked a little like groupie-ish in the
I was like,
eyes.
well, I didn't see her eyes because all the clips I saw, she was wearing these dark sunglasses. So I'm like, is this drunk and or high? Like hanging out with him and his crew. But
Maybe you're right. Maybe she did have on sunglasses. Maybe I mean more so like the tilting of the head and the all up in his lap type vibe more than
yeah, but
anything.
she was wearing his chain too. So I don't know. I just was like, is this a distraction? Is this? But I legit low key looked up their labels. I was like, are they part of Rock Nation? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't think so. She's probably just living her best life. I mean, Chloe hasn't even really publicly dated in the same way that her sister has.
No,
So
you're
she
correct.
probably just out here living, just
Yeah,
enjoying her
and
20s
as
still.
she should, as she
Hmm.
should.
My honorable mention for top pop culture moments or experiences is who the F did I marry? Risa
Yes,
Tisa.
yes.
This was so crazy in terms of this multi-part TikTok series that turned this woman into a star. Okay, just talking about how trash her ex is, all the shenanigans she went through. Delora, I think you said you watched all of it, right?
Oh no, I did not watch all of it. I did watch some of it though. But she's a storyteller, baby. Like you cannot have had the amount of momentum that she had if she wasn't able to give a gripping story. And so bravo sis to you.
Bravo. Content is king. All
Yes.
right, Delora, let's move on to our final category of top podcast moments of the year.
Our guests, we had some wonderful guests this year. And I really enjoyed every single one of our conversations with Angelina Mitchell, Stacey Spikes, and Dorisha Kai. I have to say, with Stacey Spikes, that one in particular made me very giddy. And I will say it because it's not every day you watch a documentary and get a chance to talk to the person that the documentary is about.
Yeah.
And that was also an honorable mention for like movies because that
Movie Pass, Movie Crash, guys.
movie Crash was phenomenal. And Stacy was so generous with his time and his storytelling that I thank you, sir. Thank you for coming on our show. It was so good. I was proud of us. I was proud of him. It was a good time. Number two, I really enjoyed Black Cake. Black Cake was a phenomenal series, and I really enjoyed our conversation with that story. And it's like it's black people It's based off of a novel written by a Black woman, and the series was, again, the acting was superb. I love the flashbacks and the present day. It was really, really good. I enjoyed our conversation with Mia Copa. That would be number three. It was Tyler Perry movie that I didn't expect to like, but I did anyway. And Kelly did her thing.
She
And
looked
I don't
gorgeous.
she did. And honorable mentions, Past Lives. Past Lives was a gorgeous film. It was very quiet, very still. So there wasn't a lot that was happening. But that I really did enjoy our conversation around that. Oscar nominee.
Very nice. All right. Mine are on and off the mic for top podcast moments of the year. My first one, to your point, absolutely are in conversations. Loved the gems that always get dropped by our guests. Always super grateful for the people who are willing to come on and share their journey with us and give insights into their careers. And this was absolutely no exception. It was a fun year, and it's one of my favorite things that we do for the podcast on a regular basis. So if you guys have any suggestions for In Conversations for 2025, or you have a journey or story you want to tell, let us know.
Yes,
We'd
please.
love to chat.
Yes.
All right, number two for me, and I think we mentioned this on the podcast before, guys, but Delora and I became a business entity this year, right? Which is a major milestone for us in terms of our podcasting
Yes.
journey. You may have started hearing some ads that now run as a part of the podcast, things like that. So there are
Yes.
things that we are looking at and doing from a business perspective that we
We're
will continue
learning.
on. We're definitely learning. We'll continue to
Yes.
build on in 2025 and beyond. So that is very, very, very exciting. And then the
Mhm.
last one for me is getting to attend podcast movement in DC on behalf of reCappin,
Yes.
and getting to kind of see what a full flushed out years and years and years in the making podcast event and space really looks like. Because again, as Laura and I continue to move forward, and there will be times that we'll pop up and we'll be able to have some more interaction with you guys publicly, and have some additional networking opportunities and things like that that we'll do with other podcasters, as well as anybody who's interested in this area of the world and space that we kind of carved out in pop culture and entertainment. So just a few things that we've touched on for the year that I'm super excited about. And I think as fun as 2024 has been, with everything from entertainment to pop culture to the podcast, 2025 I hope will only continue to be an elevation on everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you again for representing us and taking the time to travel, because your insights have been very, very valuable to our podcast. And so, man, 2024, we had a good time.
We
We had a good
did.
time.
I wish that the election and Kamala being president could have been one of the top moments of the year, but say la vie, I suppose.
Listen, I hope y'all continue to listen to us in 2025, because, people sometimes like to look down on pop culture, but pop culture is a great barometer of how a society is doing. Okay. Like, we had Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder in the Obama's years, because a lot of those situations felt like there's no way this could have happened. But then 45 came in and we had to end those shows because we were too stressed, and we had to resort to celebrities singing in costumes for entertainment, because that's how stressed the fuck out we were as a society. So yeah, it should be very interesting starting in 2025. And thank God for Jesus and protecting us. But I thank God for growth. I thank God for prosperity and ingenuity, and also having a voice and continue to speak out to the world and bring joy and happiness, because we gonna need it.
We gonna need it. I already told my therapist weekly sessions in 2025 may be on the horizon, because community, mental health,
Yes.
We gonna make it through, but we gonna
We
need some
will.
support.
Because here's the deal. Our ancestors did it
They did.
and it was bad.
They did.
Bad. And they still managed to find love and joy and peace. We gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right. All right, Delora. That is it for our year in review. Guys, please let us know what your top moments are. Top films, top TV shows, top pop culture moments, your favorite moments from the podcast as a regular listener. We would love to hear from you. Please let us know. Delora, we have one more recap dropping on Tuesday for the year. What are we recapping for the people?
We are doing another holiday film. It is a TBT. It is a hot mess. It is The Family Stone. It is starring so many stars: Diane Keaton, Sarah Jessica Parker, Claire Danes, like you name it. We're going to get into some mess.
We're going to get into some mess. All right, guys, come back for that. Happy freaking holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy birthday, Ashley.
Thank you very much. I'm so excited and feel so fortunate to be able to see another year of life. Appreciate you, Jesus.
Yes.
All right, guys. Please share this episode out with everybody you know. We so appreciate it. We'll be back with that recap of The Family Stone. Please come back and join us. But in the meantime, as always, be blessed.
Bye.